Amy Bidle, Rutger Toll. I'm so excited to be sitting here with you, and
Thank you.
it's time. It's ecom. It's bots for ecom
It's
and
Bots for Ecom. It's happening.
AI.
Yeah, yeah,
This is
yeah.
so cool. So show me what you got. This is a long time coming.
Just dive in.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Let's
created a
just
quick presentation to
yeah.
show you what B4E is, what it does, why we've built it, and why it is pretty awesome, if I may say so.
Well, I'm excited. And just while Rutger's bringing his screen up, this has been 2 years in the
Yeah,
making.
it's been,
This has
it's
been
been a
alpha
lot.
tested. This has been beta tested. This has
Yeah.
been, hey, these people I know who have stores, would you try this out? This is 2 years of incredible work. So I'm
It's been a long time in the works, and I think the most important thing for that is because it started off as a little bit of a different project. It started off that what we want to do, we wanted to build something where Shopify stores would be able to send dynamic order updates to to somebody who made a purchase, and that was sort of scratching our own itch. We saw that that wasn't available yet. It was available within Shopify, but it was just too basic. So Brad and I jumped on sort of this project, and okay, hey, let's build this. And I'm going to demo you how, because that obviously is still part of B4E, bots for e-commerce. But then it evolved into actually a full-blown chatbot solution for e-coms, for web shops, for now built on Shopify, and we will be sort of moving this or migrating this to WooCommerce as well. But let me just sort of enough talking. Let me just dive in and
yeah.
quickly.
Let's see what you got here.
Got a few slides that sort of explain what B4E actually is.
Good.
So
Got your screen on
yeah, I got
here.
my
So
screen. Yeah,
good.
so okay, nice. So B4E stands for bots for e-commerce, and B4E is a ManyChat and Google AI powered chatbot solution that will, without a doubt, help you save time and cut costs on customer support immediately. And with what I mean with immediately, as soon as you would have this up and running, you will save time because the AI and the chatbots we have built for you will be able to answer questions that your customer service team is answering now. This can be automated, and I'm going to show you in a little bit how that exactly works. Live chat these days on your website is not a nice to have anymore. Live chat used to be nice to have. It used to be sort of a nifty feature, but these days consumers expect to able to chat with the business, your business, 24/7, 365 days a year. And even better, according to Crazy Act, the company of Neil Patel, 38% of consumers are more likely to buy from a company if they offer live chat support. Now, think about that. Let that sink in, and think as a consumer instead of a marketer now. Think as a consumer. What happens if you're on a website? You're wanting to purchase something. It could be something big, could be something small. Often you have a specific question, and it could be a simple question is, hey, I want to buy this now, but I also want to know if I can get this sort of delivered here in the next couple of days. Now, I don't want to send you an email. I don't want to call you to sort of learn if this package can be here in the next couple of days. That is where live chat comes in. If you have live chat, these types of questions should be able to be answered automatically without you or your customer support team having to come in. When done right, these conversations will drive conversions. But the thing is, doing it right is not as easy as 1, 2, 3. And that is why the majority of shops probably still do not provide an AI-powered customer support tool. And it doesn't even have to be AI-powered, but it should be part of your basic setup. Your brand, your shop should have some kind of a customer self-service support module, and we call that live chat. And if you do not offer active live chat on your website, right now, and there's a fair chance you don't have it, then you're essentially ignoring your customers. Don't believe me? Check this out. The biggest frustration for consumers are long wait times. And think as a human again, think as a consumer again. If you send a message to a business, what do you expect? You expect an instant reply.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we expect instant gratification. And Amy, when I send you a message on Slack or on Messenger, I also expect an instant reply. Whether it's realistic that I get that reply or not, that's not the point. But and then even we're friends. But can you imagine if I send a message to a business, hey, I want to buy something now. I'm in the mood. I'm in the buying cycle, and I want to know if this package is going to be here, or I want to know something about your return policy before I make a purchase. If I need to send you an email, or if I need to call you, if I need to make a post on your Facebook page and I have to wait for 10 hours, or maybe 12 hours, or 24 hours, or maybe never get that reply, I'm probably not going to make that purchase.
Yeah.
So that is why conversations drive conversions. Forrester, big one out there, in one of their research documents is stated that a 10% increase, the average order value increased with people who actually engaged with a customer chat versus those that didn't.
That makes a ton of sense, because
exactly
trust, increased, like more touches with the customer.
Exactly, that's the whole point. And it could be automated, could be AI, and it could be a human. And when done right, it's a mix of that. But again, when I have that question and that question gets answered almost instantly, and even better when it's answered instantly with a relevant reply, it builds trust. And if there's a human on the other side, they can make an upsell. And that is how conversations, conversations, when done right, drive those conversions. Just one more, just sort of to set the mindset here. Kayako reported that 79% of businesses said that implementing live chat resulted in an increased customer loyalty, sales, and revenue. It's the same scenario. Chat, again, whether it's automated, whether it's personalized, builds trust, creates loyalty, and that generates sales and revenue. And if you do the, when you don't do this right, conversations will drive conversions. And that is why we built B4E, Bots for E-commerce. B4E makes it super easy to get this active live chat and much more, which I'm going to show in a little bit, up and running on your website in a day, without a doubt. B4E works out of the box. There's no coding required. We did all the hard work for you. And the AI-powered chatbot automations are designed in ManyChat templates. So you can edit everything you want, but you don't have to think about the structure, the infrastructure, the logic behind it. That's all done for you. And last but not least, before we're going to dive in, I'm going to show you how this works. The AI is pre-trained and is aggregating data from shops all over the world. And that helps that trains the AI on a continuous basis. And what we've seen is that a lot of shops do not have the volume, not get enough data in to train their own AI, and therefore it's going to take ages, if ever, to train the AI to get enough data to be able to answering actual questions on your website.
The trick that you just said, it's not really a trick, but the volume of data, the value alone in getting that so that you have high volume, accurate answers, good interpretation by the bot of what the questions are. Priceless. That's amazing.
That is absolutely priceless. And that's something we are accommodating now. We make sure that you don't have to worry about training the AI. We make sure that there is enough data going through sort of the master brain, as we call it, that enables us to train the AI on a continuous basis. And we're training it now, or it's actually already trained. And I'm going to show you some exact examples on how the AI is able to pick up on the most common e-commerce customer support questions. Think about questions about where's my order, where's my tracking number, are you shipping to XYZ? all that stuff, which is probably now answered by your customer support team, or gets lost in cyberspace. People never get an answer, or they get an irrelevant answer. There's a bad user experience, and maybe somebody goes to somebody else, to one of your competitors who's probably selling sort of a similar product, but maybe he's offering a better customer experience.
Customer experience is huge.
It is. And
essential.
yeah, and I had this chat the other day with Steven, and what he said sort of that made so much sense. We shouldn't want to compete on price.
No. Mm-mm.
But what can we compete on? Because a lot of us sell sort of same but different products or services.
Get out of the commodity game. Oh my gosh, that's step one.
Well, that's step one, but still,
Yeah.
I mean, what we can compete on customer service and customer support. And I can buy this pair of shoes. I can buy it on 20 shops. And I need those shoes, or I need this shirt, or whatever I'm selling. But I will stick, and that's where the customer loyalty comes in. I will stick to that shop or that business that is able to fulfill my needs, whether it's pre-purchase and post-purchase. That's just taking that extra step to retain me as a client.
So, can we see more?
100%.
Awesome.
100%. So what I want to show you, let's dive right in. So let me get this, let me get something on the screen here. Let me move this there. So we're here on our demo site. Let me take this off here for now. So we're on our demo site, and the first scenario I want to show you is, and this scenario is based on the data we have seen with shops that are actually already using this tool. And one of the top questions we see being answered through live chat is super simple, super straightforward. Where's my order?
Especially now. Context.
Especially now, it's critical.
Yeah, there's so much shipping problems, and
exactly, and there's a couple things. That go with this. If you ask me, it is also about setting the expectations up front. But either way, people want to know where their package is. They will reach out to you, whether it's through phone, whether it's through email, whether it's through chat. They have those questions. So better automate sort of answers to these questions. And I'm going to show you how our pre-trained AI is able to handle this. So the scenario here is, I made a purchase. I'm going back to the shop. So this is just our demo shop. Check it out if you want to. There's nothing there besides you could buy shoes for $1. So what somebody typically would do is they would then go to the live chat and they would type something where, can you see my screen?
Yeah, absolutely.
Where's my order?
Yeah.
So, and this is a random question. And currently we are training the AI on about 70 sort of different variations of the question, hey, where is my order? Now, let me pull up my phone on the screen now. Of course. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
There it is. So I typed the question, where is my order? And the bot responded here with this question. And again, what I mentioned, I'm going to show you a little bit, I'm going to show you how this is in the backend. We have about 60 variations of where is my order? And the AI is trained to pick up all those specific intents. Okay. Now, in this scenario, what the bot does, it will reply instantly with, hey, Rutger, that's because I typed the question. I'm the virtual assistant for bots for e-commerce, whatever your page name is. I'm not a human and I'm AI in development, but here to help. And what we do here is we set the expectations that we're not human and that we're actually AI. And the second thing we do is we verify the intent. So instead of sending somebody off directly to what we assume they're asking, we verify the intent just to make sure, and again, to create that awesome experience. Would you like to look the current status of your order? And as you can see here on my screen, my question was, where is my order? Or would you like to talk to a human? Now, what we have done is we have added a couple buttons there to keep the conversation going and to enable a subscriber to navigate to wherever they want. Now, let's say they're going to tap track order. Mm-hmm. And they can type track or they can type order, the bot will continue as well. I'm going to show you in a little bit how that works. So in this scenario, they followed the rule, and this all happens in your own ManyChat account. So this is not magic on our servers. This all happens in your own environment. I can look up the current status of your order and subscribe you to real-time shipping and delivery updates. Tap the button below to get started. I'm going to get started. And this is, again, this is all pre-built, tested, and works out of the box. And if you get a lot of these questions, I guarantee you this is going to save you at least an hour a day on responses. Before we do an order lookup, because this is a whole new person, didn't subscribe before, we need to verify some stuff. Verify an email address, and we need to know an order number, because the order number we use, our API takes the order number and does the lookup in your store to actually match the data. So what I'm going to do is going to tap on the email. Yes, that's the email I used upon checkout. If it's another email, I can just change the email. We verify the email, and look what happens if I type yes instead of tap yes. The bot continues. So awesome. All these flows are designed to move forward. And not to break, because people will try to break your bot. So we anticipated on that. What's your order number you want to receive order updates for? I know my order number, 1096. And if I would type order number unknown, I would be handed off to a human. But then still, we have created a proper experience, and we acknowledge the questions, and we're handing somebody off to a human that then should follow up. In this case, order number 1096. That is correct. Again, I'm not typing. I'm not tapping, I'm typing. Stand by, I'm looking up your order. There we go. Probably found something. There you go.
Sweet.
So in this scenario, the order status 1096 already had an order status. In this case, the order status is out for delivery, and now the bot is able to respond with that actual order status, and we send them this dynamic order message, or this message, which is part of a sequence of order update messages. Somebody would track shipment, they will be redirected to the actual dynamic tracking page from this specific carrier, and we actually fulfilled the answer right now. Now, let's say I'm going to ask the question, how long will it take to get here? Again, this is sort of a random question, but the AI is able to understand intent. Are you looking, and again, what we do is we verify the intent. Are you looking for information about shipping or shipping costs? Yes. And I can say yeah or yep, that kind of stuff. And what this does, this intent is now connected to a specific flow in your ManyChat account. Again, this is all pre-built, and this can be updated to whatever you want it to be. What we do here is we send off to a specific flow that has information about shipping. So we can do here, let's say, okay, shipping rates, and this is a carousel, and this carousel can be updated with all kinds of information, button, more cards. Let's say, okay, I want to know a little bit about expected delivery times. Click Learn More. And now what we've done is we open up a specific page on our website that has all this information on it. So in the next version of this AI, as we move forward, we will probably go a little bit deeper with the AI. Maybe we're going to ask, hey, where are you from? Where do you live? And then we can make it a little bit more dynamic. But for now, it fires off to a specific flow in your ManyChat account that can be, can be updated to whatever content you want. Shipping rates, what I want to do here is, hey, you can find all the shipping rates right here.
Nice.
Make sense?
Nice, yes, absolutely. And when you and I last met, and we were in my group, we were talking about this process, but now with the AI in here, you're on steroids. This is amazing.
This is the whole thing. And this is, think about this, because what we see is we see that so many shops get these types of questions. And then there are a couple things that happen. people have these questions. That's a fact of life. They will ask these questions. But what we see is that there are two things happening. One, some of these questions never get answered. Now, that is sort of a death sin. I mean, in customer support, look, I'm not saying client is king, but in this scenario, if somebody made a purchase and they ask you a question, it should be answered. Yeah. I see a lot of scenarios where those questions do not get answered. The other scenario is they get answered by the bot with some kind of a random default reply, which is completely
irrelevant, unrelated.
Unrelated.
Like,
and then there's something
even close.
Yeah, and then we'll get back to you in the next 24 hours. And then if
they ever do,
then they're lucky.
Yeah.
This propels you forward immediately. This helps you to be relevant and just create useful instant replies based on the actual intent from the user.
So cool.
So the other question we often see is, or we see a lot is, for example, somebody asking, hey, can I get a discount? Can I get a discount? There we go. Again, this is awesome. A specific flow in your ManyChat account. This is all pre-built. And this redirects to this specific flow. We're currently offering 30% off of your next purchase. Well, great. Let's generate that coupon. Let's do it. And then again, there's a coupon code delivery flow inside of the bot, and we got multiple coupon code delivery flows. I'll show a little bit what we have. So in this scenario, so hey, here's your coupon code, 30 off. Again, we can generate unique coupons. This is just a static one. Should I send you the coupon code via email so you don't lose it? If you type yes, you go through an email flow. You're generating those. You're generating emails. You're getting consent to market, etc. This is how you build your lists. This is how you generate sales. And if somebody taps here, shop now, they are actually redirected to the product feed, which lives inside of your messenger bot. So you can build this. So we take this data from your Shopify store, and you can actually create specific product feeds in the bot based on catalog IDs, product IDs, etc. And AI is able to pick this up as well. And you can do all kinds of stuff. We can talk for hours about this, but this is sort of the basic stuff. I want to show you one more other thing, sort of not the basic stuff, but this is sort of this is the gist of the AI that is part of B4E. One top question we get as well, an intent, is order returns or refunds. So let's say if somebody types, can I return? I got fat fingers. This is real, people. This is real life.
That's real life. That's
real.
That's as real as it gets.
This is real as real as it gets. Okay, so again, these are typically types of questions that are being asked, and where it's important that there is a relevant response, and an AI or the bot can respond in order to create a buffer and set the expectations for what's happening next. So in this case, again, we verify the intent. It looks like you would like. Oh, I probably need to change it a little bit. You would like to return an order or get a refund. Is that correct? Yes, that is correct. Yes, that is correct. And you saw no. If somebody types no, we apologize and we hand off to a human, because we don't want people to go into an infinite loop.
Right.
Refund policy, you can go back to the main menu. We just help people to actually navigate forward and find answers. And if they tap return product, they will find more information about returning a product, and we hand it over to a human, and we actually tell that the human customer support team will get back to them.
That's great.
One thing that we're working on, a little scoop here, is we are working on a system to generate return labels. So then we are able to sort of take out another layer of human intervention, and somebody can actually generate a return label based on an order ID, and then the bot will email the return label and then they can take it from there. And at all times, the customer support team is notified, and they can then decide if they want to jump in or not.
So a human can actually jump into the middle of this and can
100%.
monitor if needed.
Yeah, 100%. So what we have a an emergency stop in here, which is a tag. So if something goes wrong, whatever, it doesn't necessarily have to go wrong. If a human wants to jump in for whatever reason, we can think of hundreds of reasons. The only thing what the human, sounds odd, eh? The only thing that the human then needs to do is apply a tag that is named stop, and that will stop all the AI responses. And then the human and the other human, the humans
can talk to each other.
The humans can talk to each other, and they can take it from there. And the only thing what the human then needs to do is take off the tag, and then everything works as expected again.
So cool. So
yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm super proud to show you this. Some other stuff what I want to show you is if we still have time in.
Yeah, let's keep going.
The other stuff. So this is the AI. Let me just, before I close down the AI part of this, what I want to show you here is I want to show you a little bit of the method to the madness, because I'm not able to show you everything. But if you can see here, this is our internal database, the agent master sheet. As you can see here, these are all specific intents that the AI is currently being trained on. So you can see here order status, order return, order change, order cancel, shipping costs, FAQ, FAQ general for shipping, FAQ about payments. All that is already up and running and working in this AI. And I'm just going to mention it once more. It is for now specifically trained to answer customer support questions related to what you see here. It maybe looks a little bit like abracadabra, but I think you can sort of paint a picture when you see this.
Absolutely, because this picture, I mean, who would want to put this together?
Well, good luck.
Yeah, exactly. Just
it's a lot of work. And it's a lot of work.
And that's behind here. This is more than just 6 or 7 instant responses. This is nothing to do with the instant responses. So this is our master sheet. So this is where we build on, and this is where this evolves based on the data we get through. And again, I'm not going to sort of jump in here. I'm not going to, because these are details, but it's important to understand sort of the back end that is connected to this. This is the AI is powered by Dialogflow. Dialogflow is a Google company. So we didn't build our own AI. We leveraged the open source software Dialogflow, which is powered by Google. And so for example, I want to show you this one. This is a cool one. For example, FAQ shipping. I want to show you how many, just to give you an idea. So there are 10. There are 10 rows in here. So there's 60. We got 60 rows of different phrases in relation to FAQ, to shipping FAQs, to shipping frequently asked questions. I love this. You said so many magic words in there, because if you're talking about Google and search intent and AI, that alone just makes my head go boom.
Oh, mine as well.
Huge. So big.
This is crazy. And the beauty of this is that because we get so much data through, the master brain learns based on all this data that comes through from different shops. So, and based on that, individual shops benefit from sort of the big data house we're building. And if you do not get that much data through, it will be really difficult to train the AI properly on the specific intents, because it needs to learn and it needs to be trained, and we train it for you. So when we see, let me show you this, and then I'm going to jump in. When we see that there is sort of the AI is not able to answer a specific question, it will be parsed to this part of the sheet. Again, you don't have access to this, we have access to this. And then we use this to train the AI, create new intents, and that will then automatically, almost in real time, be available for all the shops that are connected to our master brain.
Cool.
Now, so that's sort of the AI thing. The other thing what I want to show you is where it often starts is with the purchase. Let's be real. It often just start with the purchase.
Yes.
So obviously there can be pre-purchase questions. I showed you those a little. No. Yeah. So the AI, what I showed you, that could also be pre-purchase. But let's say somebody goes to your website. They're here. They want to buy a pair of shoes. What I want to show you is how we are using, how we're building our messenger list.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me rephrase that. How we are offering proactive customer support, how we are offering proactive post-purchase customer support.
Yeah, yeah. Which, for anyone who knows bots and Facebook and, you know, all of the rules about how you can reach out to people and when you can reach out to people. Enormous.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. That's a tricky one. So I'll show you a little bit. I'll show a little bit of that. But the idea here is that, and again, think as a consumer versus as a business owner or a marketer.
Yes.
How often did you purchase something somewhere, and at some point you're like, where's my package?
Yes.
I want to know where my package is. Sure, the AI now solves that problem in terms of responses, but it's even better if the user doesn't even have to ask that question, because we are keeping them in the loop based on their order status.
Fantastic. Yeah. So they don't have to ask.
They don't have to ask. Exactly. We as a shop should make an effort in offering proactive customer support, so that there's no scenario where you, Amy, or me wake up in the morning like,
I was supposed to get that yesterday.
I was supposed to get that. Oh, maybe it's a scam, or maybe I'm whatever. So that sort of, there's a whole different layer of psychology going on there. This will help you offer proactive customer support, again, out of the box. So I'm just going to do again, feel free to do this on our web shop. You're not getting the shoes. You're just going to pay.
Man, I want Vans for $1.
No, you're not going to, I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So what I want to show you here. So this is an actual purchase being made. Yeah, it's going. Thank you for your purchase. This is your default Shopify checkout page, and this is how B4E sort of started. We wanted to enable shops to offer proactive customer support and be more flexible with sending those messages than just the Shopify native integration. So what you see here, get shipping updates in Messenger, that is part of B4E, and this is built by Brad, and this is a piece of code that generates this call to action button. And when somebody taps on this button, taps or types, I'm now doing it on a desktop. Let me pull my phone up on the screen again. Hey, there we go. Yep. I love it when everything works. Thank you for your business, Rutger. As you can see there. Oh, let me just take this off the screen. There we go. So what we do here is we inject what we name what's actually called a dynamic image. In a dynamic image, we can actually add a first name, last name. We can add all kinds of information there. And this is the opt-in message, the confirmation message after somebody opted in to receive post-purchase order updates. And what we do here as well is we generate an order receipt. This comes from the Facebook API, so this is nothing more than courtesy. Hey, this is your order receipt with your order number, delivery, whatever, the where it's being shipped to and how it's paid, etc. So this is just an extra sort of service from you, the shop, to the actual user. Now, from here, the user can navigate to wherever they want. But the most important thing here is, as soon as the order status changes, our API will actually recognize that the order status changed. And as soon as the order status changed, the messenger bot will send a message. You don't have to do anything for that. It will send a message with the actual order status, with the new order status. And this is, in my opinion, and Amy, correct me if I'm wrong, or if you think something else, that is sort of the core of proactive customer support.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Cool.
I can't say it enough. The context right now is we live in a world of uncertainty.
Oh yeah.
This COVID ruined
Yeah.
the game of certainty. So now anytime you can reach out to somebody and give them assurance of anything, you know, this is the gateway to assurance and the foundation of the relationship with the customer. You
Yeah.
will win them for life.
There you go. And that's what I sort of mentioned in the slides before this. It's also about it's about customer service and live chat and chat support generate these conversions when done right.
Yeah.
So if we are able to proactively create that amazing customer experience that sort of annihilates as much friction as possible,
Yes.
then we are planting the seed in the brain of our customer and they will come back to us.
Yes. And later we can ask them to come back. But right now we're giving them value,
Exactly.
warm experience.
Yeah. And we're tapping into something interesting here, and that's not sort of, I don't think we have time to tap into that more deeper, but I'm focusing now in this demo on the customer support. But every step somebody takes in this messenger flow and all the other messenger flows, they based on those steps and actions, etc., we segment users.
Mm-hmm.
Based on those segments, we can create website custom audiences. We can create email segments. Based on those segments, we can create what I call macro or micro, depending on your audience sizes, marketing campaigns.
Mm-hmm.
And if we now segment or create those macro or micro marketing campaigns, those campaigns overall perform better
Yeah.
than your random broad campaigns hope for the best.
Right.
Because now you can actually run a multi-channel marketing campaign to your subscribers based on what you exactly know from them. What products did they look up in the bot?
Yeah.
We have flows in there that actually ask for specific information, which you can use again to run all kinds of specific marketing campaigns. Now, we can talk for hours about this. What I want to show you is what the next steps would be
Okay.
that happen when the status of an order changes.
Cool.
So let me just show you this. And again, this is a demo because we currently do not have an order going.
Mm-hmm.
But as you can see here, this is what happens. So you can see on my phone, these messages will be sent to the user as soon as the order status changes in your Shopify store.
Mm-hmm.
Order's been received, your order's been shipped, your order's out for delivery, and then last but not least, your order has been delivered.
Cool.
And
Cool.
again, these buttons, they're all dynamic. You can update those buttons, but by default, we populate these buttons with the personal and the unique URLs for this specific order. So when somebody taps track shipment, it will redirect to the dynamic tracking page for that specific carrier. Somebody clicks view order, they will go to their last order page. Now, this flow, your order has been delivered, the dynamic order update flow. The beauty with this is we now know for 100% sure when the order has been delivered.
Mm-hmm.
This would be the time to ask for customer feedback. And there are a couple of things you can do, and that's all built in. But there are a couple of things you can do. I'm going to show you how we've built a flow that taps into the order is delivered message. Actually asks for customer feedback.
Okay.
And if the customer feedback is positive, we enable somebody to write a review on a channel we want.
Oh.
And if the feedback isn't 100% sort of as it should be, we hand them off to a human. But for that, what I want to show you, because you already tapped into this briefly, the rules of engagement with Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
especially with Messenger. There is something called like the 24-hour rule, which means if somebody didn't interact with your Messenger bot for the last 24 hours, you should not send them a message. The messages you see here on the screen are so-called order update messages. These messages can be sent 24/7 because they use a specific message tag. We're not going to go in there, but this is 100% compliant.
Yes.
What would not be compliant is if somebody did not interact with these messages. Somebody didn't interact with these messages, so they didn't give a thumbs up or they didn't click a button or whatever in the last 24 hours. I should not send them a messenger message with a request for feedback.
Yeah.
And that is why we incorporate SMS and email in the whole B4E template pack as well. And what we do is we have built what we call conversation starters. And conversation starters are flows that you can enable to get consent to market through SMS and through email. And when you have consent to market through SMS and email, you can actually send this message to any subscriber who opted in for SMS or for email if or when they're not eligible to receive a messenger message.
Cool. So cool. Yeah. So your system is going to help me stay compliant so
100%.
I don't accidentally get excited, send a segment of my list, an unauthorized message, get me in trouble, get me booted, kick me out of Messenger.
Yeah, it happens.
I know it does. It happens very frequently.
Based on that, we've built this. I want to show you. It's not technical, but it's important to understand. I'm not going to show you the conversation starters, but the idea is, what you need to understand is that there are flows built in that enable you to get SMS consent and email consent. Use those conversation starters as much as possible, because having SMS and email consent, having that consent to market through other channels is going to help you tremendously reach out to your subscribers and also to use it to re-engage them in Messenger. Now, what we've done here, what this flow does for you, and you said it perfectly, we have some conditional logic built in here. So this is the request post-purchase feedback flow. There's some conditional logic in here that when this fires, for example, we want to fire off this flow, let's say 5 days after we know that the product is delivered. 5 days after the product is delivered, this message is going to be sent. This message is going to be triggered. The first thing that is happening is the conditional logic block will look, was Amy engaged with the bot in the last 24 hours? Yes? Great. We send them a messenger flow. And I'm going to show you the flow in a little bit. Didn't Amy interact in the last 24 hours with the bot? Then we're going to look, did she opt in for SMS? And does the phone number has any value? If yes, and again, guys, this is done through the conversation starters we have in the bot. I don't think we have enough time to go in there now. Do you have SMS enabled, opted in for SMS and phone number has any value? Great. And there's a little kicker here. The conditional logic block looks if the phone number is an American or North American phone number, because there's one issue with this, which we solved. The issue is, and it's probably going to take a little while, ManyChat offers a native SMS feature. Works amazing. It works perfect. The only thing is, it is only eligible for North American phone numbers.
Okay.
And since we're sort of in a global world, we will probably have phone numbers. We want to send SMS and text messages to people outside of the US. Mm-hmm. So what we've done, what Brad has built, Brad built the Twilio API connector, which means we built a little API where you are able to connect your Twilio account to the API, fill in 3 forms in your ManyChat account, fill in 3 forms as in we need a phone number, we need a key, and we need an API key. Super simple. We got all tutorial videos that explain that. And then you are able to send text messages all over the world to any country. So in this scenario, it's North America. Great. We send a text message through ManyChat. If it's any other number, the API connector, the Twilio will kick in and will send the exact same message to that subscriber, but then through Twilio.
So cool. So cool.
And the beauty of this is all these messages, so here's the SMS, here's an SMS, this is an email. And as you can see on the screen, now you're not able to see it here, but they all go to the same get customer feedback flow.
Awesome.
And the customer feedback flow is designed to get feedback. It will understand the intent. And I want to show you something. I'm going to grab the AI again. So let's say somebody, order has been delivered and somebody replies with, got it, and fat fingers, got it and love it. So that's a reply to this specific question, to this message.
Are we supposed to see your phone?
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, sorry.
All right.
There it is.
Awesome. Thank you.
There it is. That was quick. So somebody replied, got it and love it. Yeah? Now, we are training the AI to understand a positive intent based on an order update message.
Yes.
So we want to leverage that sort of, that sparkle in the customer's brain. They're happy. They got the product. They love it. Boom. What the AI does is the AI bypasses a part of the review flow and goes directly to, hey, do you want to write a review? Instead of asking, hey, Amy, we would like to have your feedback. How did you enjoy the product?
Right.
Because we already know they love it.
Yeah.
So that's why the AI here is now trained to understand these types of intent. And if somebody now taps, oh, that's the wrong one. Let's say somebody taps, I'm going to say yes, or yeah, or sure, better. I just want to show you that, again, it's built bulletproof. Sure, you can break it, but it's built to sort of proceed even after somebody types versus taps. In this case, it's built to rotate reviews on different channels. So there's a randomizer in there. If somebody previously wrote a review on Google, they're not able to see the Google entry point anymore. But in this scenario, say, hey, please tap on the button below to share on your Facebook timeline. And there we go. We built something in here. Hope it works. There we go.
Sweet. Nice.
So directly from the bot, the only thing what you would have to do to make this happen is drop the URL in the specific field in the Messenger bot. Super simple. Yeah. And this will work. And then I can share that specific URL on my timeline and I can write something right there. All from the bot.
Cool. So cool.
And from here I can go back to the main menu. And then I'm back at the main menu and I can navigate through the bot, how it's built. I want to go to FAQs. So this is pure, what you see now is pure rule-based. But
think compliance.
Yeah, compliance.
It doesn't matter what today is. This whole thing is based on, it's within the bounds of the terms for ManyChat on Messenger.
100%.
Messenger correspondence. This is
100%. 100%. And what's important to, what I just want to add to this, this is an ongoing process. It's an ongoing project. Focus now is 100% on customer support. Based on the data we're getting through, we are training, we're iterating, we're adding new features. Can I mention that we're probably adding an abandoned cart feature?
Oh,
nobody listening or watching anyway, it's just between us.
Yeah.
So that's something we're working on now. The other thing that we're working on is return labels, everything to help save shops time and resources on questions and user input that doesn't necessarily need to have immediate sort of human intervention.
Exactly. And let me jump in with a comment on that about having to have a human customer service employee. So let's say, first of all, this is like an entry level kind of job.
Hmm.
There are so many human factors that can get in the way.
Oh yeah.
And if you're paying somebody, let's say you're in the US and you've got to pay them $10 an hour or $15 an hour, and, they're distracted, they're working from home, they've got kids in the background, distractions, they're only going to work 6, 7, 8 hours a day. And how much of that work time is actually worked? Um, or you hire somebody from another country with a currency advantaged, situation, and then you're up against, well, English isn't their first language, and maybe that's a thing, not always, but sometimes. And so this bots for ecom,
Bots for ecom, B4E, bots for ecom.
eliminates all of those issues, and it's
Yeah.
24 hours a day. They don't have kids, there aren't any distractions, there are no barking dogs. I this it's brilliant, Ricker. I'm so excited about this.
Yeah, I'm trying to find something here on my screen. So I just want to show you something else, and then
Yeah, we're gonna have to wrap up. I think we've been here for 3 days.
I just want to show you something here. So
Cool.
what we have is, let me show you this. We have a full, what I call the Botfather library,
Yes.
and the Botfather library, let me just go in here, contains, for now, and we're actually expanding this. So with B4E, we have 29 tutorial videos that walk through every single flow that is included.
Nice.
So everything is documented. There are tutorial videos, there's documentation that will help anybody get this up and running literally within a day. And if you're a little bit experienced with building bots, you understand sort of the logic behind them, you can have this up and running within a few hours, without a doubt.
Fantastic. That's great. Riker, I am so excited about this. This is mind blowing. And congratulations to you. Honestly, I was at the original Bots for Bots and Beers,
Lots of it, yeah, in a way.
Bots and Beers in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And you've come so far. This is great.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And that's pretty exciting to show to show our baby. And when I say ours, Brad and myself, to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
world, because there's a lot of, we jumped through a lot of burning hoops, and we ran in and through a lot of brick walls to get to this point where we are confident and super happy to show this to the world. And we're gradually rolling this out now to what I mentioned already, to friends and family. And then,
But when you say that, this has already been tested and
oh yeah,
tested and
oh yeah,
tested and
yeah, yeah.
exposed and tested and
Yeah, so what I mean is, before we push it out to sort of push it out to the world, what we want to do controlled rollout. Again, it's been tested and back and forth with high volume and less high volume shops. But what we want to do now is we want to sort of we want to do controlled rollout. So the first 25, 30, nice and easy, get everybody in. Also work on our customer service and our customer support, because what we want to do is we want to make sure that everybody gets the attention they need, if they need it and when they need it. So we're eating is it called eating, whatever?
you're eating your own
Dog food.
dog food. Yeah.
I don't eat dog food. No, but that's important for us. So we don't want to sort of overwhelm ourselves. Nice and easy, controlled rollout, 25, 30 people first. We got the group, we're going to do sessions, we're going to do everything.
That's great. Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Cool. Great. Well,